Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're working with a really unique set of sources, a mix of articles, some local research, and a very passionate plea, all aimed at one specific place, the tiny South African village of Barrydale.
That's right, and this isn't just us picking a spot on a map. This is all driven by a request from a local business owner, Mama Mo, at a place called Papa Joe's Collectibles.
And her plea, which is really the heart of our deep dive today, it's pretty simple but also urgent.
It is. She's saying that travelers on this famous road, Route 62, are just missing the point. They're speeding through a treasure, and, local businesses are really suffering for it.
The sources really paint a picture of this tension. Before 2020, Barrydale was apparently buzzing. But now the locals just watch this endless stream of cars fly past.
Just drivers prioritizing speed, getting from A to B. And Mama Mo's feeling is that they're missing the, quote, real magic of the place.
So our mission today is to get some quick, thorough knowledge about what makes this town special enough that you absolutely have to stop.
Exactly. We need to answer the question, what is Barrydale doing to make itself an essential destination, not just a pit stop? And why is this whole fight against convenience travel so important right now?
Okay, so before we dive into the village itself, let's just set the scene. We're talking about Route 62, the R62.
Right.
This is a scenic drive that connects Cape Town and Kiburha. It's the quieter, and a lot of people say more rewarding alternative to the main highway.
It really is the ultimate scenic detour. You start in these lush vineyards, you go through these majestic mountain passes, and then suddenly you're in the heart of the Klein Karoo.
It's this arid, almost startlingly beautiful landscape, just vast and quiet.
And it's celebrated globally. The R62 is often compared to America's Route 66, but it has this one unique claim to fame that really sets it apart.
Why, what's that?
It's globally recognized as one of the longest wine routes in the world.
Wow.
And that fact alone should change how you think about the journey, right? If you're on the longest wine route in the world, the goal shouldn't be to save time.
It should be to savor it. Every glass, every unexpected stop, you're meant to be exploring the craft.
Precisely. And according to our sources, maybe the most essential stop for genuine craft and history is Barrydale.
Let's start there then, with the business that sent this request to us in the first place, Papa Joe's Collectibles.
Yeah, and to understand the business, you really have to understand the owners. Papa Joe, he's a mechanical engineer by trade, and that focus is just razor sharp.
Okay, let's unpack this. So they aren't just selling old stuff. They're focused on things that were built to last, right?
Sure.
Mechanical antiques, vintage tools, industrial artifacts.
Exactly. The sources call it a treasure trove of genuine mechanical integrity. It's all about functional history. They look at a complex old tool or a heavy industrial scale, not as just a decoration, but as proof of durability and quality from another time.
They're preserving things that were designed to work hard and endure.
Yes. But then, this is where it gets really interesting, where it goes beyond a normal antique store and into the realm of high art.
You mean the bespoke steampunk art?
That's it. Papa Joe takes these old, repurposed industrial part scrap, forgotten bits of metal, and he turns them into these incredible design pieces. The sources actually call them investment pieces.
That's a brilliant idea. Taking things that would be wasted and resurrecting them as something valuable and unique.
It's resourcefulness personified. Instead of throwing history away, they're reimagining it.
So is that focus, that really deep niche on mechanical history, is that what draws people in? Is it enough to sustain them?
It's absolutely the key. The shop might be in the Karoo, but the demand for authentic, well-restored mechanical items and real steampunk art is global. Mama Mo confirms they have a big online shop. They ship worldwide.
And Papa Joe's restoration services. These objects literally keep living on.
It's not just commerce. It's a commitment to preservation. And what's fascinating here is how that whole concept, taking something old or discarded and giving it new, sustainable value, it really captures the very soul of the Klein Karoo's resourceful spirit. It's not just their business model. It's an ethos that, as we'll see, defines the whole village.
That is a perfect pivot, because while Papa Joe's is all about mechanical history, the sources show that Barrydale is an absolute powerhouse of Modern, internationally recognized artisan excellence, like real luxury goods.
It really, really punches above its weight, especially with its artisan drink trail. I mean, if you're on the world's longest wine route, you'd expect world-class drinks, and Barrydale definitely delivers.
Okay, so they have two distilleries that stand out. First, a little outside the village, there's a craft gin distillery.
Right, using local botanicals, and their flagship gin. It earned double gold at major spirit competitions.
Double gold. So we're not talking about a little local prize. This is beating the giants on a global stage.
Absolutely. And then, right in the heart of the village, you have the Craft Brandy Distillery. Their decade-old pot still brandy was crowned worldwide best brandy at the IWSC in London back in 2009.
Okay, wait, 2009. That was a while ago. For anyone listening who might not know the industry, what does winning that award, the IWSC Worldwide Best Brandy, what does that mean for them today?
It means they have an instant, permanent legacy. The IWSC is arguably the most respected spirits competition on the planet. Winning that title isn't a fluke. It's a permanent stamp of quality. It confirms their methods, their product. It stands the test of time.
And they back it up today with tastings and chocolate pairings. They invite you in to experience that history.
Right. That kind of heritage is priceless. It confirms the caliber of what's being made in this tiny town is just exceptional.
And of course, there's the wine. The sources mention this beautiful family-owned boutique cellar. It's known for European-style wines, but get this, it's also won prestigious international cookbook awards.
The whole culture is just steeped in gastronomy and craft. And if we connect that back to Mama Mo's plea, it's clear what Barrydale is doing. It's diversifying its high-end appeal. They're not just relying on one thing.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though, and it connects back to that idea of resourcefulness. Barrydale's local crafts have an international footprint that, honestly, most big cities would kill for.
The social enterprise weavery is the perfect example. It makes this incredibly high-quality, durable stuff for your home textiles. But its main purpose isn't just making things.
It's about local skills development, right?
Exact. Long-term employment, empowerment. And the success of that model, those textiles have been featured in collections at Paris Fashion Week.
Wow.
And used in major Hollywood productions. Just think about that journey. Local materials, local talent, and it ends up on the biggest fashion stage in the world.
It's the same philosophy as Papa Joe's. Waste no material, waste no talent.
And that ethos is just amplified by the town's famous art collective. It's this socially conscious group that transforms waste, literally, garbage into high-end decorative art.
The single detail in the sources that just floored me was about their commissions. Their pieces have been commissioned for the White House.
Almost unbelievable, isn't it? A town in the Klein Karoo where local artists and weavers are making things that get collected by the world's most powerful people and featured by the world's biggest fashion houses.
If travelers knew that White House commissioned art or double gold brandy was just a few hundred feet off the main road, would they still just speed past? It really highlights this massive awareness gap.
It does. It raises a huge question. If a town has figured out how to succeed in international luxury markets, why is its local economy still struggling with speeding traffic?
It suggests the traveler mindset is so stuck on convenience that even world-class art can't get them to hit the brakes. Let's ground all of this amazing international success in the local flavor. Let's talk about the history and the food that gives the village its authentic heart.
Well, the history is right there in front of you. Barrydale was founded around community and faith, and you can see it in the architecture. There's the magnificent Dutch Reformed Church, consecrated in 1908.
It's this big, beautiful building that really speaks to the dedication of the early settlers.
And for even deeper dive, the site of the original 1877 church is still there. It now houses an antique and curio store, so you can literally walk through the building that started the community while you shop.
And beyond the big landmarks, there are these unique little shopping gems. The sources highlight shops with handmade African curios, calling them the #1 stop in the Western Cape for those kinds of items.
And here's a detail for anyone who loves to read. Barrydale is home to what is enthusiastically called the best secondhand bookshop in South Africa.
That's a bold claim.
It is. But you have these award-winning luxury goods sitting next to history, great food, and a place to just settle in with a stack of old books. It's a remarkably complete package.
Okay, now for the iconic road trip stuff. The food, the vibe.
Right. If the art is highbrow, the local food is pure roadside nostalgia and comfort.
And that has to be the vintage diner. The sources describe it as quirky cool with that essential, Route 66 atmosphere. And you cannot miss the legendary gourmet milkshakes.
That diner is so important. It's more than just a great stop. It was a key reason the R62 got listed among the 10 best road trips by CNN.
That is incredible leverage from just one locally run business. It really validates Mama Mo's claim. Barrydale is world-class, even in its simplicity. So what about the authentic local food?
It's all focused on Plascos, which means farm food. But for a traveler, that means traditional generational cooking. Hearty, slow-cooked meals focusing on local ingredients. It's the deep historical taste of the Karoo.
So we're talking about a family restaurant with a giant pumpkin out front.
And cakes that were voted no one by local celebrity, yes. You've also got lively pubs with legendary ribs and steaks, artisan bakeries doing fresh sourdough dedicated coffee roasters.
It really caters to every pace. A quick comfort meal, or a full evening of fine dining and brandy tastings. The town provides both the history and the immediate gratification travelers want.
And it all feels very non-corporate, very authentic.
So what does this all mean for the traveler planning their route? It means Barrydale is this quaint, quirky, artistic village that demands a full itinerary, not just a quick drive-through.
Right. Mama Mo's plea is based on the undeniable fact that this town is just a dense cluster of internationally recognized, excellence-driven businesses.
The mission was to see how the town stands out. And the answer seems to be its deep philosophical commitment to resourcefulness and preservation.
It's everything. The best-in-class gin and brandy, the world-renowned textiles, the White House art, the CNN-listed diner, and the core business, Papa Joe's, preserving mechanical history.
The sheer volume of awards and recognition in this one tiny place just makes the plea undeniable. Don't just grab lunch. Spend a day or two or 8 here.
Give the town and yourself the time it deserves.
And if you do decide to stay,
the sources confirm there are awesome accommodation options. There's a rustic and stylish inn right on Route 62, and some stunning farm stays that let you really appreciate the nature of the Klein Karoo, which is detailed in that I Am Barrydale blog.
this has been a really impressive deep dive into what one small town is doing to fight for its identity against the modern pressure to just go faster.
And it gives us a moment to reflect. I mean, all these businesses are rooted in preserving history and resurrecting value, whether it's Papa Joe restoring a tool or the art collective reusing industrial waste.
And if travelers keep prioritizing speed over everything, ignoring these unique world-class gems, we aren't just hurting Mama Mo's bottom line.
No. It raises that final provocative thought. What is the true cost of convenience travel? If we constantly choose speed over discovery, are we risking the slow destruction of local economies and the loss of the unique cultural character that defines these historic towns? All because we won't hit the brakes.
That's definitely something worth mulling over the next time you plot your route. Well, thank you for sharing your source material with us for this deep dive into Barrydale and Route 62. We'll catch you next time.